Hey guys, Trent here coming at you with another video. So this video I thought I would do something slightly different. Usually I like to give vintage updates, but you know, there's been a lot of toy hunting going on lately with Ross and all this stuff that people have been showing off, and I've been finding some stuff too. So I thought, let me do a modern toy pickup update video. So welcome into my channel. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe for more great toy videos, 80s, 90s nostalgic videos, and things of that nature. Yeah, the sales are on, the hunts are on for G.I. Joe classifieds, a little bit of Masters of the Universe. Unfortunately, you know, somebody like me, I always buy most of the Masters of the Universe stuff new, so I can at least get some extra copies of stuff if I want. There's probably more out there that I should have got but didn't, just because it's hard to justify buying a bunch of extra copies of toys. Like Point Dread and the Talon Fighter was one I passed up on for MOTU Origins. It's only $15 right now. It's pretty crazy. And I saw a couple figures for Masterverse that were only like $7 a piece at Target. Battle Armor He-Man for, New Eternia Battle Armor He-Man's only like $7 online right now for Masterverse. And in the store I saw Fisto was like $7, and then of course Ram Man was there too. He was like $10 or $11 in the physical store. I probably should have just grabbed up a copy of each of those, but I didn't. But I got a bunch of other stuff over different stores, and I'll show you what stores I got them from, and to show you the deals I got. Alright, the first store was Walmart. For Walmart, I didn't go into the physical store. Well, man, you go into the physical store of Walmart and you're lucky to find anything. They're almost always barren. But online, they've been having some really decent sales. So I picked up some figures I wouldn't normally get. I've bought a few of these in the past, but the first thing I'll show you is I got some Masters of the WWE Universe. They were less than $5 a piece online. So I put together kind of like an order that would... actually... I take it back. I get free shipping right now for a few more days because I subscribed to the Walmart online subscription, because there was a toy that my wife wanted to get for her granddaughter. It's a big, like, you know, those Lamborghini car, Ferrari car that they can actually drive in for a little kid. To get it on like whatever the pre-Black Friday sale or on Black Friday, you had to be subscribed to be able to purchase it, otherwise you had to wait. So I paid the money, got the Walmart subscription, so that means I was able to watch what is it, Paramount Plus or something like that. So I was able to watch a few Beavis and Butthead episodes. That was kind of cool. I think there's other good shows on there, but I didn't get into it too much because I'm watching stuff on Amazon right now, like Reacher. It's kind of interesting. Anyways, so I got free shipping on all this stuff. Didn't have to worry about trying to get over a certain amount. Anyways, back to the toys. Masters of the WWE, I picked up Stephanie McMahon, who's supposed to look like Evil Lynn, for $4 and some change, under $5. And then they had Goldberg for under $5 as well. Pretty cool looking figure, kind of like Ram Man, I guess. Definitely has the Ram Man style armor. Then the last one for the Masters of WWE, I picked up an Ultimate Warrior. So that was my favorite one because it's from, the Ultimate Warrior is from whenever I grew up, you know. Goldberg came a little bit later. I mean, they're cool figures, but this is definitely the one I like the most. I have only 3 other Masters of the WWE figures, being a Macho Man, a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Rowdy Piper. And I do have the ring too. I just have so much stuff I don't ever have it set up anymore. But maybe I could set it back up and put all these guys in there. So I thought that was a pretty phenomenal deal. Less than $5 a piece for those. Alright, more from Walmart. The rest is G.I. Joe classifieds, but there was some pretty good stuff for me because I didn't have this stuff yet. So, insane. G.I. Joe classified. Retro Cardback Lady J was only $4.97. Yeah, $4.97 or something like that. I think it's still available. I know this is like one of the most least desirable figures for some reason, Lady J. She was that way on the regular release of her and stuff too. But this one's a little bit different, and I mean, it's a Retro Cardback G.I. Joe classified figure. It's pretty cool for $5. And then I got another retro card back, the Baroness. This one was only $7 and some change, so I thought that was pretty nice. See if I can figure out a way to hang these somewhere. I really don't have a lot of room anymore. I got figures hanging up here you can't see. I do have a little cabinet over here by my G.I. Joe. Maybe I could hang them up along the side of that. That'd be cool. So those are cool. My first two retro card backs. There was also a Destro for sale on Walmart, the retro card back, but it was like $15. So I don't know. It's probably still a good deal, but I just didn't go for it. All right. Well, at the time I made this purchase, I had not yet hit Ross, or I placed the order and then I hit Ross later and found a few figures. But so there was a seller on Walmart that sell, you know how Walmart has other sellers on there, and they were selling some figures for really cheap. I think it's called Kids Warehouse. And so I picked up 3 figures. I had to pay a little bit of shipping. I think it was only like $6 in shipping, but I went ahead and picked up Zorana. She was only $8, I believe. So I thought that was really cheap. And the packaging was great, but I just actually, it's not on camera, but I dropped it and dinged the corner, so that's unfortunate. I'm thinking about not opening classifieds anymore because I really like the packaging. The display in the packaging is very nice. And then they had for $6.50 a piece Tomax and Zaymot. Now I ended up finding some of these at Ross later, but I don't mind. Duplicates is fine, especially if I might end up opening one or something. But yeah, Tomax and Zaymot in the same order for $6.50 a piece. Kind of helped justify paying for shipping, I guess. So that was my Walmart run. Oh, I take that back. That's not the complete Walmart run. I made one more purchase order, because right now I get free shipping. So if it's purchased directly from Walmart, I don't have to pay for shipping. So I was able to pick this up for just the sale price, which at the time it was only for $15. Was the second Snake Eyes Timber 2-pack. Pretty awesome. I'm not a fan of the windowless packaging, especially since I was just bragging on how awesome the packaging for G.I. Joe Classifieds is. But whenever it's windowless, that takes away the awesomeness of it for sure. So this would definitely be like maybe a set I would want to open. The set I really want is the Alpha Commandos Snake Eyes Timber set. And that one I would leave in the package because the display looks so nice. At least it does in the pictures online. But maybe this one would be worth opening. But for 15 bucks, man, I felt like that was a great deal. All right, then Target. There was some great sales on Target, but I missed most of them. The stuff sold out except for one item that I have here. And then when I went to pick this up, I looked in the store, and they did have in the store the discount, the Masterverse, you know, Ram Man and stuff like that. And they had Point Dread and the Talon Fighters in there in the store at the time for like the 15. Yeah, I think they were $17 in the store for some reason. But they had classifieds in there, but they were all full price. There was the Python Patrol Trouble Bubble with the Televiper and what else? Vipera or something like that. I forgot. I'm not gonna pay $25 for a figure when I'm hunting for figures for $5.99 and stuff. So out of the sale from Target, I was able to pick up one classified figure. It was only $9.99, and that's the Tiger Force Flint. So everything else that they showed, man, there were some good figures. Firefly was on sale for like 12 bucks. Who else? The Crimson Viper was like $9.99. I would have loved to got some of those figures for $9.99, but missed out. But at least I got one. All right, well, last but not least, it's time to talk about Ross. People have been having phenomenal finds at Ross, and I ended up having some pretty good ones as well. So I picked up a few items along the way in Ross that I've said, let me try to resell these. One time I went in there, like the second time I went maybe during the day to see if I could find any new G.I. Joes when I had already found a lot of the good ones before. I didn't find anything, but all of a sudden there was these Halo figures on the shelf. Halo the Spartan collection. Did anybody else find any of these at Ross? These were only $4.99 a piece. I picked up 5 figures. There was this one, 2 copies of this one, George, number 52, and 3 other different figures, including the Master Chief. So 5 figures total. Well, my wife's son saw those, and he loves Halo. Like, that's been his thing. Like, that's his #1 video game, I guess, growing up. Makes sense. His age range, that's probably like his, you know, one of the premium games at the time whenever he was growing up. So I ended up giving those figures to him, all the set, the 4 figures I had, and this was just the duplicate. So I'm going to throw it up for sale. It's a nice figure though. So we'll see if I can make a few bucks back. But did anybody else have any luck finding any of these at Ross? All right, here's another cool figure I picked up at Ross. It was only $3.99, so I just had to get it. I don't know much about it. I'm not collecting it, not trying to sell it or anything. It was just like, for $3.99, I can't pass this figure up. It's just too neat. Marvel Mech Strike Monster Hunter is Loki. $3.99. Can you believe that? Just seems like a pretty nice figure for $3.99. So I'll find a place to stick it. But I couldn't pass it up. Anybody else going after those? Alright, so my very first Ross run was the best one. I found a lot of cool stuff that I wanted. Found one He-Man item, this playset from the CGI cartoon. I guess they said that the original retail price on this was like $15. I don't think that's true. They said compared to that price. But anyways, I paid $8.99 for it. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm glad to have that. That seems like something I might even open. Might be cool to display some figures around it, even though it's not, you know, I don't have anything else from that line. But definitely cool for $8.99. I'm glad that was there. Then later, yeah, the first time I went, I found the figures that I think a lot of people are seeing a million of, and that's the Tiger Force Outback, which I think is an awesome figure. And Tomax. When I first went there was no Xamot. Later, I went back and I found some Xamots, but not many. There was like 1 million Tomaxes and 1 million Outbacks, but that's for me, from my observation in 2 Rosses, that's the most abundant figure. There's like always a bunch of those. Yeah, later I went back and I finally found a Xamot, but I had gotten one from Walmart, but so I got an extra copy of Xamot, and I just grabbed another Outback. And I actually grabbed a 3rd Outback for a gift to somebody back home, my nephew. So that's cool. But that first run, I found at least one figure that wasn't just the Tomaxes and the Outbacks, and that was Barbecue, the Marauders version of Barbecue. So that was a pretty awesome find to see that there in Ross for $5.99. All these were $5.99, of course. So then I was thinking like, oh man, I know some people are finding Viper 3-packs and Croc Masters. I didn't get lucky enough to find a Viper 3-pack. I know that's like the grail to find at Ross. I can't believe those were even in there. But I kept digging and digging and digging, and finally this one row of toys, there was like a bunch of stuff, and I kept digging and got to the very back, and back there were 2 copies of the Croc Master with Fiona. So my wife's son, I gave to, one Croc Master, and then I kept one as well. I was really happy to see that. $11.99 for the Croc Master and Fiona. I've always seen this set in like Walmart or in the mall or something. I was like, man, should I get it? It's so awesome looking. But it was like 40 bucks, 30 bucks or whatever. I'm like, I don't know about this. Boy, I'm glad I never picked it up. Because $11.99, I mean, that's great. Alright, then finally, just yesterday, last night, we checked Ross one more time. I thought for sure I was going to be empty-handed this time. I figured there would just be Tomaxes, and actually, other than one figure that I dug a little bit and found, there was only Tomaxes left. But looking around, I found one little item I thought I'd grab to try to resell. It was another Halo figure. This is a different scale, Halo Infinite. This is only $1.99, and looks like that could sell for maybe $15, so not bad. Either way, it's kind of neat. Did anybody else find any of these? But I kept digging, and suddenly I was not so disappointed to go into Ross that last night. For $5.99, I found a copy of Recondo. So, of course, all these figures I didn't have any because I had kind of dropped off of collecting and buying any G.I. Joe for a while. Because, I mean, paying full price for G.I. Joe Classifieds plus Masterverse plus Origins, that's a lot of modern toy lines to be paying full price for. So, I was really happy to see at least one more figure from Ross for $5.99. I'm going to keep checking and seeing if there's something there. I hope this trend continues, maybe with some additional characters, some additional figures. Oh, and then last but not least, it is kind of lesser, but anyways, there's a store right next to Ross where I live called Dee Dee's Discounts, and it's very weird because they're almost like the same store, but they're literally right next to each other. I don't know if they're like actually like owned by the same company or something, and they just like, let's have two stores, because they literally have some of the exact same merchandise, discount merchandise, a lot of the same stuff. But they did have something that was not in Ross. I thought I'd pick it up. There was a lot of them in there, actually. They had Revelation Battle Cats. Pretty old figure at this point. $9.99. So I had to grab one of those. I said, sure, let me grab a spare Revelation Battle Cat, a Masterverse Battle Cat. So yeah, Dee Dee's Discounts is another one. If you guys have that in your area, there's potential there could be something. No G.I. Joe in there at the time, but who knows. All right, and that's my modern toy pickups of recent. I do have a Big Bad Toy Store order coming on that should be on the way with the the cartoon He-Man and Beastman and Masterverse, Squildor and Orko 2-pack, and I think Evil Lyn, the movie Evil Lyn. So those will be cool to get in. And I've been doing some vintage adventures as well. I'm gonna have some pretty cool G.I. Joe vintage videos coming up because I won an auction for a Rolling Thunder on shopgoodwill.com, but it's bare bones. It has no accessories, and so then I went on eBay and I bought a broken Rolling Thunder with a bunch of parts on it. So I'm going to start the journey of trying to piece together quite a big vehicle, my first like really big vehicle for G.I. Joe, a Rolling Thunder. See how we can do and see how cheap I can do it. I want to see if I can how good of a deal I can get in selling back parts and this and that. So that'll be fun. So I look forward to getting those Rolling Thunders in the mail. I think I'm actually going to get them tomorrow, so I can start that adventure. So I should have another cool vintage update video pretty soon. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed checking out the modern toy finds. Let me know in the comments below what kind of cool finds you got. If you got anything that I got, or you had something better, let me know.